Amazon organizer Christian Smalls went on Tucker Carlson's show last night to discuss the union efforts and the success at the Staten Island warehouse. Tucker Carlson was less interested in the whole union part and more on the how can I use this as an opportunity to criticize Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This is broken up into two parts. Here's the first part of this interview.
The worker, she's like a modern wobbly. She's the Walter Reuther of our day. And that's why last year she had to stand alongside striking workers at Amazon's Staten Island warehouse. And we're for that because they need the help. But at the last minute, Sandy Cortez bailed on the whole thing. And that infuriated labor organizers who just won a big vote to unionize at the Staten Island facility. Now, Amazon is stepping up its effort to crush the union. Amazon has just banned words like union on its employee chat app. Christian Smalls is a union leader at Amazon, and we're happy to have him join us now. Christian, thanks so much for coming on. Were you surprised that Sandy Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has said repeatedly that she's on the side of the worker against the corporation, wasn't standing with you at the barricades?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just her. It was all of them pretty much. It's not
fair.
I don't want it to make it just between us and AOC because, a lot of them didn't show up. And, once again, we have no ill will against them. We know that whether they showed up or not, they didn't make or break our election. We just had to continue to organize.
I mean, it's just
pause it
weird
for a sec. Yeah, I mean, so my favorite part of that there is too. He had slipped in before Chris Smalls came on into the condescending, high-pitched Sandy Cortez voice, and he sees him. He's like, "Oh wait, they're a little more ideologically aligned, and so I can't really do the mocking Sandy Cortez thing to him."
He seemed a little embarrassed almost. He was like, right, Alexandria.
I didn't do the switch seamlessly enough.
Well, it's also funny because it's like he'll throw in those little things like Amazon wants to fight the union effort, and it's like he'll say that with as much gusto as he can, and it sounds convincing because what he really wants to talk about is AOC as like a backstabber. But when Smalls wants to make it about that, he's like, we're not going to focus in on AOC.
I know. And great pivot by Chris Smalls there. It was everybody. I mean, let's point out that all the Republican politicians that Tucker Carlson supports are aggressively anti-union as opposed to like not showing up for the Amazon union effort despite being supportive of it, like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is not showing up there physically, supporting it behind the scenes, has been supportive of it. Should she have done more? I think she should have. But that's the degree of the debate that we're having, as opposed to like the only thing that Tucker Carlson wants to focus on is what a hypocrite, what a liar.
Which I mean, the great thing about this is how small is like this is a learning opportunity, and actually everyone can do better because even on our case, like we weren't paying as much attention to this one compared to other union efforts, and I think a lot of that's because of the institutional unions sort of involvement, sort of being used as a shorthand for what's likely to succeed, and Smalls succeeded.
It's a great point because I do think that was an issue. I think we were focused and keeping an eye on fights with more established unions, as you say. I guess I'm kind of just rephrasing what you said, but this was such a historic victory, and the independence of it is another layer of why it's so important to keep focusing on. But let's continue because Tucker's going to keep trying to bring it back to AOC.
And we have no ill will against them. We know that whether they showed up or not, they didn't make or break our election. We just had to continue to organize.
Silence.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird moment because, I mean, I'm on the right. I've never been particularly pro-union, but it does seem like Amazon needs some counterbalance. Like it's this huge company. The workers have no power, and maybe we could, I don't know, share a little power with people who work there. So that's my view anyway. So tell us where you are in your organizing efforts.
It's not his view.
Well, right now, we're fighting for a contract. Amazon's disputing the election results. So we're in walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time. We're fighting for a contract. We're preparing for another election in 2 weeks on April 25th. We're going to be voting at a second location directly across the building that we just unionized. So we're in the thick of a fight right now, a legal battle. And, we just have to stay grounded and pretty much begin our campaign all over again.
I mean, you'd think that Amazon would be open to a union, wouldn't you?
No, you wouldn't. All right, here's the other part, because he's lost at this point. He tried to make it about AOC right off the bat. He's a little bit, he doesn't have his moorings here. This is the second part of the interview. Let's just play a little bit more of this.
Amazon would be open to a union, wouldn't you? It's a very progressive company.
No,
why do you think they're trying to thwart you
from organizing?
This sort of like, some people might like say, and certain things that maybe it is good that Tucker like said them into like just share a little bit of power with the people that work there, right? Like that. Okay, I think that's generally good, but this sort of thing is misleading his audience still.
Yeah.
Where you set the like as if it's like, because the underlying narrative Tucker wants to protect is that woke corporations and all the CEOs are like woke folks, Democratic Party supporters.
His conflation of cultural elites that are talking down to you with actual monetary capitalists.
Like, these are capitalists,
and his way, and he that's how he hides the ball and protects capitalist interests. So he's having a bit of a trouble doing that, undergoing that project here with Smalls.
Progressive company. Why do you think they're trying to thwart you from organizing?
Amazon hasn't been unionized in this country since the beginning of its existence, and they're very anti-union. They created a system that hires and fires people. They created a system that they have full control of the working people, and having a union obviously brings representation for the workers that'll benefit the workers at the bottom, like myself. Hourly associates, entry-level workers that don't get the right to negotiate. So forming a union gives us the right to collective bargain with the company, form a contract to protect ourselves. So that's exactly what we're trying to do with the Amazon Labor Union. We're hoping that we'll be a catalyst for something that'll take place nationwide.
Well, I certainly am rooting for you. I mean, maybe if they throw some more woke slogans at you, you'll forget you can't feed your family.
Right.
Christian, I appreciate your coming on. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, back.
Right.
Right. That laugh.
Maniac. No, I mean, but that was expertly done by Chris Smalls there.
He's great.
And he did not take the bait. And I think, there are still going to be people that critique him going on Tucker Carlson. And for the most part, I don't agree with, going on Tucker Carlson to not be combative with him. But Chris Smalls is an organizer. He has a narrower set of goals than like a pundit or a politician
or a media critic
right? This is somebody trying to raise awareness and keep up the pressure on Amazon. You've got to do that from multiple sides. What I'm annoyed about is that there was a group of people of our peers that made this about AOC. Someone like in the media, someone like Tucker Carlson said, I'm taking notice to this. This is why I have Jimmy Dore on. It's the same kind of thing. This is the same way I can use it as a wedge issue for the left. And he saw that as a way he thought this was going to be an easy way to divide the left and capitalize on this. And another thing too, is he was hopeful that there's a second, a part B, in addition to maybe we can divide the left when it comes to AOC, maybe we can divide the left when it comes to Chris Smalls, because if some sections of the left are just going to focus on the fact that he came on Tucker Carlson to talk about this, then we create infighting.